Well, guys, here is a very special announcement. And I'm actually kind of nervous talking about this, because I've never done this before, but I'm going to try either way. I haven't really talked about this in a long time, but of course, as you all know, I'm a weeb. Been for like half my life, watch anime and all that. Now the last year or so, I've gotten back into reading manga again from the library and buying them online stuff. And not only that, since I haven't really brought up on YouTube whatsoever, I also write a lot of fan fictions, especially for Pokemon and such. Oh, some of you are watching know exactly what I'm talking about. And a whole bunch of other stuff. In fact, there's a lot of like anime I've always wanted to do on YouTube for like a whole bunch of different series, but due to technical limitations and more importantly, skill and financial reasons, I haven't been able to do them. But that might change very soon, as back in August, I found a really interesting program that I've been using a lot on Steam. And it's called Manga Maker Comipo. It's very expensive. The program is like $50, and in order to get all the DLC for it, which is to get like all the remaining stuff for it, it's over $200, which is insane. And it's doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, but it was on sale recently, so I was able to get all the DLC for $80. Yay! So what's Manga Maker Comipo? Well, it's a program where you can make manga. You can set up like the panels and all that. You can make characters. It comes with props, clothes, scenes, and all that. Now, it is 3D models. It's not like anime like in 2D. It is 3D models, so it's a little bit different from like a normal manga would be and such. And it is limited in like the clothes there is in with the DLC. Limited in terms of poses and such. There's a whole bunch of limitations to it. It's not like wide open like it really needs to be. But I managed to pull through, and over the last 4 months, I have been making my own manga. That's right. I've been working on it for the last 4 months, and I already finished volume 1, and I worked on it so much, I put over 266 hours into just volume 1. That is how committed I am to it. And today, I am going to announce it. And this is my brand new series, My Blossomin' Summer. I know, pretty silly name, pretty not the best logo on it, best I could do. And the name is kind of weird, which I'll get to in a second. But basically, it's a rom-com, a romantic comedy, involving a whole bunch of friends at a school. Mostly would take place in a public school in some Japanese city. No idea if it's a fictional city or based upon real life yet. I haven't gotten that far into it yet. There is already 12 characters. 4 of them haven't even been shown yet in Volume 1. I already began work on Volume 2, and the rest of the characters will be seen. But, of course, there's going to be more as the series goes on. And, of course, now that I got the DLC, the series will be open up more than just being at a school. I'll be able to do other places as well, which I'm looking forward to. The basic plot involves friends and the relationships between those friends, including potential romantic ones. Which is why the title, My Blossomin' Summer, seems kind of odd, because it's not honestly referring to an individual. My, in this case, can go to every single person. That's what makes the title so weird. But it's the only thing I could think of. Like I said, it's a 4-panel series. So what that means, a 4-panel manga means each page has 4 boxes for a scene in each of them. Each page. Instead of like a manga, which would be like a comic book which has like different like size pages and all that, or a double 4-panel which has 8 boxes in each page. This is just 4 pages to make it nice and simple for me. And not only that, each volume would contain between 160 to 100 pages, and each chapter at the minimum would probably have about 20 pages. So that's the structure of the volumes. And I've put a lot of love and work into this series. I've put so much work into it, I already have like over 50 plot points I'm going to go over in the series. And I've already got like Volume 2 and 3 pretty much already planned out. And this is not including all of them. So all the work I have planned, of course, is going to be padded out too as it goes along. This series easily is going to push between 10 to 20 volumes, if not maybe more, because I haven't even written down everything I had planned for it. Like, this series has involved so much over when I first made it back in August. So anyways, like I said, back in August I started working on the series while filming the season openers for the MTWS 2024 season, and just at the end of November I finished Volume 1, I began Volume 2. So now, of course, now that I announced it, the problem then becomes, how am I going to publish it for all of you to see? Because I'm actually stumped at the moment. So my options are, I could either put it up to download somewhere for all of you to read it, but that's not really a respectful way to show it off. Another option is either make my own website for it and upload it there so you can read on there, or potentially upload it to a site that would display it. Like, potentially I might look into Manga Decks, which is a site I've been using since the beginning of this year to read manga and such on, where I couldn't get them from the library or buy them yet. They allow self-uploads now, so I might ask them if that's possible for me to upload there. Another option is to upload to YouTube, like a slideshow and all that, but again, it just doesn't feel right to do it in that way. I do want to upload to YouTube, but as like a slideshow, that just doesn't feel right. There's one option left that I want to do, and it's the most bold one I could think of, but it's going to be the hardest one, and that is make it into a YouTube webcomic series where all the characters are voiced. That's right, turn it into a YouTube web series where all the characters' lines are voiced and all that. That is going to be a lot of work, and it would be based upon basically rom-com fan dubs of manga. Look up rom-com manga fan dubs on YouTube. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and I will post in the comments, I'll have it part of the ping too, a very, 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 very funny rom-com fan dub of one I just watched again last night. It is one of my favorites over the last 3 months. I watch it regularly. Check it out. The idea of this series, if I get to do it this way, will be just like that. But that's going to be very difficult. Finding volunteers to voice act, which I found a Reddit page that actually has volunteer voice acting where you can post and maybe you can find people there, but that's going to be pretty difficult to do. Find a lot of characters and then have to find the right voice because I have very strict requirements on how I think certain characters will speak, and then them being committed potentially for years to get the series done. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be very difficult. So, until I get this all decided and figured out, the series will not be public yet. But Volume 1 is done. Volume 2 is now in the works. And I hope whenever it's done and uploaded that all of you will enjoy it. So yeah, guys. Very soon, I'm finally going to upload my first, sort of fan fiction for the public again. And it's going to be my first ever manga. Thank you, Manga Maker Comipo. Awesome program, even if it is limited. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed hearing this announcement, and I hope you enjoy My Blossom in Summer whenever it's published.